This is the value of wrestling, the revolutionary force in wrestling podcasting.
It's your boy Miguel Z with New Japan Rebound Podcast. I've got a guest for you folks at Stockton Con.
What up, everybody? AJ Kirsch here, the voice and the host of Stockton Con. The value of wrestling is awesome, so subscribe on YouTube. Scan the QR code right here, now. Subscribe, check it out.
There we go.
You'll be glad you did.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, that's what. Hey, man, shout out the value of wrestling. I'm right here with the Big O's, San Jose. We done shut the shit down. Love and respect, though, right? Value of wrestling. Hello.
Man, thank you, brother.
Oh, I know. Raw is live on the air on the East Coast in Central Time. It is coming out. A lot of great things going on Raw, and we're going to be live here in a little bit to cover everything that happened on Raw. But I'm here with breaking news, big time rants, and sometimes not always fun to have to come out here and talk about this stuff. Miro, CJ Perry news coming out as Raw begins to go on the air, and new names or names that are confirmed. The Vince McMahon lawsuit bring new light to a lot of issues, and we're going to talk about it here. Not my favorite thing, but stick with me. We'll break it down. Give me one moment, and I'll be right back. Oh, I'm back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to what is now going to be episode 72 of the Big Tyme Rants, right here on a YouTube. Twice in one day with the Big Tyme Rants, isn't that crazy? But who would have known that all the news would break this evening, West Coast time, but a lot of stuff coming out. Monday Night Raw on the air, doing its thing, but coming out this evening, AEW star CJ Perry, formerly known as Lana in WWE, recently revealed that she and her husband, Miro, formerly Rusev, in WWE, have decided to separate after 7 years of marriage. The couple initially started dating during their tenure in WWE NXT, and their engagement in the summer of 2015 became particularly noteworthy as it unfolded amidst an ongoing story that also involved Dolph Ziggler and Summer Rae, and portrayed them going through a breakup, but it was only a year later that the couple tied the knot and got officially married in 2016. According to TMZ Sports, the official announcement of their separation has been made. Despite the end of their marriage, both CJ Perry and Miro expressed the intentions to maintain a friendly connection and continue working together even after the separation. CJ Perry goes on to say, Miro and I have made the difficult decision to separate after many wonderful years together and have decided to move on as friends and hopefully on-screen characters somewhere down the road. TMZ has emphasized the decision to separate between CJ Perry and Miro did not arise from any conflict, fights, or incidents of infidelity. Instead, the couple has acknowledged that they gradually drifted apart over the course of the years together. CJ Perry officially joined AEW during the All Out event in September, marking her entry into the promotion. In a storyline twist, she was involved in an angle against her husband, Miro, on TV. The two were later reunited at AEW World's End, where Perry betrayed Andrade El Idolo to assist Miro in securing a victory. However, both individuals have been absent from TV appearance since then, with Perry and Miro no longer a couple and seen on AEW television last time. It would be interesting to see if Tony Khan is going ahead to pursue the storyline, as the statement had mentioned that they would be open to working together. Just breaking on TMZ, it is sad to hear that CJ Perry and Miro have unfortunately decided to separate, and it's heartbreaking. We wish the best for both CJ Perry and Miro as they move forward with their lives, and whatever happens to them, we wish them both the best of luck from the value of wrestling. It isn't necessary. I want to get on here and say a whole bunch about it, but it is something that seems to be breaking with a lot of traction, and I wouldn't be doing my due diligence if I didn't bring it to you as our audience. And as we're trying to grow an audience, people turn to us, or I hope you will turn to us for us to help you understand what we can find out what is going on and what is out there, and that will bring it to you honestly. And this is out there, and we have the utmost respect for Miro and CJ Perry, and we hope whatever the issues were, if it was just simply they just fell out of love, it happens in life, unfortunately, and we hope that they find love, peace, and happiness as they move on with their lives. If it is in different directions, and let it be. This is kind of the sad news that you hear, and you wish it wouldn't be this way. Most amazing people, and we just wish the best for them, their families, and hope they have the time to do what they need to do. And if they work together in the future in AEW or anywhere else, we wish them the best of luck and hope they are able to find happiness in their careers and in their friendship. And we wish them the best in that friendship to be a strong, lasting friendship that will take them into the future. Yeah, big breaking news coming out of WWE that is just pretty much disturbing, and we have to talk about it. Not because we like to talk about it, but because it's here and it's named some names that make you wonder what is going on. And now we've said about the Vince McMahon situation, anybody involved in this needs to be held accountable for their actions and whatever actions or whatever part they may have held in the actions of Vince McMahon. And executives have been named in the lawsuit. In the lawsuit, it talked about 4 corporate officers that were aware of some knowledge of some type of relationship to some extent between Vince McMahon and Janel Grant. And it's breaking all over the place. It's just coming out. And it's sad because a couple months ago, as it says in this article, I'll read from it. A couple months ago, a lawsuit from former WWE employee Janel Grant against Vince McMahon and named Vince McMahon and John Laurinaitis came to light, leaving the world in shock. This was followed by former CEO of WWE stepping away from the company. This was Vince McMahon stepping away right ahead of the road to WrestleMania kickoff at the Royal Rumble. So this is when he's stepped away from the company. He's been selling lots and lots of stock. We don't know what all that detail and information is. Details related to the lawsuit allegations are now surfacing on the internet. And the latest update from the front office supports the identity of the corporate officers associated have been revealed. Reports say that corporate officer number 1 is Nick Khan. Number 2 seems to be COO Brad Bloom. The third seemed to be Vince McMahon's own daughter, Stephanie McMahon. And the fourth name to be confirmed in the report is Brian Nurse, former WWE General Counsel, corporate officer 4. So there's your 4 corporate officers in the lawsuit that people were predicting. While Khan and Bloom weren't involved in the sexual misconduct, both being contributed to covering up the mess for Mr. McMahon. The update from the office also says that Khan and Bloom weren't aware of the unwanted physical contact with Grant. According to the lawsuit as well, Khan and Bloom didn't know about the sexual misconduct. In a statement from WWE, it says, we take Miss Grant's allegations very seriously and have no tolerance for any physical abuse or unwanted physical contact. Neither Nick Khan nor Brad Bloom, prior to the lawsuit being filed on January 25th, 2024, were aware of any allegations by Miss Grant that she was the victim of abuse or unwanted physical contact, nor does the complaint allege that either of them had knowledge of such. Why Nick Khan and Brad Bloom weren't involved in sexual misconduct, they were a part of the lawsuit against Mr. McMahon. However, reasons Miss Stephanie McMahon's name was also added to the lawsuit is still a mystery. And we're waiting for further details. Unfortunately, not that we want to be in here with further details. Ann Callis, an attorney for Janel Grant, has confirmed that these names are who they are. And you don't know what this means. We have stated here that everybody who's involved in this, if there was something going on, that there needs to be held accountability, and everybody who was a part of it needs to be held accountable. Nick Khan has been doing great things for WWE. How far and how much he knew, what was he covering up? I guess we're going to have to wait and see if we get any more of the real details on what part he may have played in this. The same for Brad Bloom. It's just going to be what parts are in this. Of course, Stephanie McMahon's name getting dragged through this is kind of harrowing. we already heard the allegations with Ashley Mazzaro that Stephanie was the one that talked to her and, pushed her into covering this up, pushed her into remaining silent. That she helped cover that issue up, and now it seems Stephanie McMahon's being named here. And I think this is, if you've ever had a parent that has done something that is considerably wrong, or extremely wrong, whatever the context you want to take it in. If you've ever had a parent that's done something that has been just majorly disappointing, or even illegal, that you had to look at and go, you can't believe that's your parent. They've done something that's brought shame even onto you. It is still hard to look at your parent who raised you and loved you, and maybe wasn't this person in the beginning, but slowly became the person that they became, that has done things like this. Or anything that could be on that level or near that level. I mean, everybody has a different principle. But if you ever had a parent that had made you feel ashamed or done something so over the top that it left you in an awkward position where you struggle with loving your parent and wanting to protect your parent with all your ability, you have to really give to Stephanie. Was Stephanie doing this with a malice intent of her own belligerence? I mean, was she, acting on her own powers to help cover these things up, or was she acting as a daughter to a father that she may be ashamed of, but still loved him and trying to help him? We don't know a lot of the behind the scenes, so I hope that we can take a step back somewhat and maybe not be the hardest, heaviest hand of blaming Stephanie McMahon. And Stephanie McMahon's going to get a lot of slinging at her, being the daughter of Vince McMahon and being alleged that she helped cover up these issues. It does put her in a bad light, and I understand that, but I think we also need to look at the other side of that as a daughter or as a child of a parent that might have done something, anything that you can put into those contexts, and it can stretch from something illegal to something just, shameful, to something that was personal that they did, that you wish they didn't do, but you still loved them and wanted them to be better or tried to help them become better. And maybe you put things behind you. Maybe you overlook things, see the better in them, and hopefully maybe that they would change. And this is not really what they are. I don't know what was going through Stephanie McMahon's mind. I don't know the whole details. Neither do any of us. We just know that the speculation's put out there, and Stephanie McMahon has been named as one of the corporate officers in this lawsuit, validated by a representing attorney for Janel Grant, and here we are. And I think, in business, it's really hard at corporate end. You're trying to protect business, how far you go, and what is the right thing to do, and how much did everybody know? How much did Stephanie McMahon really know? How deep into the depravity of her dad did she actually know, and how much was she covering up, and how much was not just being a woman who was trying to change the world for women, but how much of it was a daughter trying to protect a dad that she truly loved? Wrong or right is a different story when you're a child who loves your parents and they may have done something that is just, it's hard that you don't know how to forgive them, but you accept them because that's your parent and you're trying to figure out, you know the good in them. You've seen the good in them. You know what they are as a person. You've seen that other side, the side that you're seeing, you want to maybe deny. You can real easily slip into denial that this isn't really going on. This is the person they are. Everybody's, making up stuff. And of course, again, these are all accusations that are being brought down. What is the reality? It does not look good, and paints a lot of people in a lot of in a bad light, and it's really, really tragic. And it's we're at a point we're gonna have to wait and see as more information comes out what is going forward. No more details on Brock Lesnar, as it seems like Brock Lesnar is returning to WWE and back on the active roster. We see Brock Lesnar in the WWE ring anytime soon. Has there been more information that was released? We've gotten confirmation on names of corporate officers. We're not getting confirmation on anything Brock Lesnar. Was there something that changed in the situation that has brought these names out, but not, that has released Brock Lesnar from any wrongdoing that may be able to allow him to return to the active roster? There's still some stuff out here. We're going to have to wait and see how that plays out. But as of tonight, a lot of breaking news, and not stuff that I necessarily want to jump up here and talk about. It's not stuff that I'm sitting here and enjoying, but I know I have an obligation to an audience that is growing, and we're trying to develop that. We are going to be here with the stuff. We're going to tell you what we know, what we can find out, and bring it to you to the best of our ability. And we respect you all for giving us that opportunity and supporting us, and we'll hope that you continue supporting us. And if you're new here and you're finding this and you're hearing what I'm saying, I appreciate for giving the time out of your day to come listen to me. If you'll give me a like to get this out in the algorithm, and then hit that subscribe button, come become part of the Value of Wrestling family. Let's grow this community together. We want this to be one of the biggest wrestling communities out there in the interworld. We want to be one of the biggest, baddest podcasts that are out there, because we have many other things on many other platforms and levels that we want to bring in the future, and we need your help and support to grow to that level to do that. And but we do, we're not here to be, we're here to be contenders, not pretenders. And, sometimes that means we have to come talk about the stuff we don't want to talk about. And so, I've sat here for a while since this really broke, debating this, and I realized, I need to do this to get it out there. And I appreciate you all understanding this, and hope that you will join us on the next episode of the Big Tyme Rants. At least join me. Of course, we're going to be live just a little bit after Monday Night Raw, around the 11:15, 11:30 time frame on the Pacific Coast. So that's Pacific Standard Time out here on the West Coast. 11:15, 11:30. We will be going live with your post-show Monday Night Raw review. Lots of stuff going on there. Nick Aldis and Adam Peters with a big major announcement that's going to change the landscape of professional wrestling at WrestleMania. Something that's never been done before. We're going to discuss that huge development there. Still, as Raw is airing, it isn't off the air just yet. It is still going live and in color, live in large in color, blah, blah, blah. I can't talk. Words are not coming out correctly. It is still going, so who knows what else is going to break. They had a segment with Cody Rhodes. It's going to be very interesting to discuss, and so much more. So please come back for that. Ring that bell for notifications so you'll be notified whenever we do go live or any new content gets added to the channel. Please give us a thumb up. And like I said, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Join the Value Wrestling family. It will cost you absolutely nothing. You just have to hit that subscribe button and join us on this road to where we are going. And I hope you really will, because it's going to be a journey and it's going to be a fun one. And we appreciate each and every one of you for being here, supporting us, and giving us the opportunity. So I'll see you in a little bit, along with Mr. Clark, for a post-show review of Monday Night Raw. Be here for that. Join us in the chat. If you have any comments you want to say about all of this, please drop them in the comments below. As always, I'm the Big Tyme. This is the Big Tyme Rants. We'll see you on the next one.